Hey everybody, this is Big Dre 20. Hope all is well. Here talking about some of the changes I made on my electrical system. So, as I showed before, and I'm talking about now, these are my 3 Autotech Engineering 370 amp alternators. I have 2 custom with my name, Big Dre 20, right here. Each one of these alternators, before, when I was first working on the upgrade, had the blue positive /0 Sky High Car Audio OFC cable per alternator, and this one right here, the red with the black TechFlex over it, I went ahead and made those negatives, and they were grounded here. Both of those, this one here and this one here, were both grounded to the alternator. And this 2/0 welding cable was also grounded to this alternator for my vehicle. So this alternator, Autotech 370 amp alternator, is for the truck. It's going to be charging 45 amp hours of C-Max for my vehicle and my mids and highs amps. Then I have these two 370s going to be charging 325 amp hours of C-Max lithium for my amplifiers for my subwoofers. So, like I said before, this was the positive, the blue, and these were negatives, but I went ahead and changed up, and I decided to make them both positives. So instead of having one positive and one negative from the front to the back battery, I have now 2 positives per alternator for a total of 4 4/0 Sky High Car Audio runs from the 2 alternators to the back. I also put a 2/0 welding cable, a 2-out welding cable per alternator case to ground them to the engine. The third alternator here, I'm also using 2-out welding cable. I grounded this one right over here, where that to the engine, where that is. I also ran some 4/0 OFC Sky High from here to the frame location right there. I went ahead and sprayed it to prevent any corrosion and make sure that the cable doesn't oxidize over time. So instead of having my runs go from the negative runs from the alternator case to the back battery, I'm switching them to the frame. And the ones that were negatives, I made them positives. So each alternator, even my factory the 370 for my vehicle, has 2 2/0 welding cables, and then my 2 for the audio side has 4 4/0s. Then those 2 370s, Autotechs, bear with me. I'm about to go underneath the vehicle here. It's all dirty, but right there, if you see, this is where the factory ground location was for the negative of the battery. I put 2 2-out runs from the engine block to the 2 Autotech 370s. Okay, so these 2 runs that's on the case of the alternator, this one and this one, both are on that engine block ground. So I did that as well. And just right now, I made another 4/0 OFC Sky High Car Audio ground that I put some TechFlex over from this part of the engine and ran it alongside underneath here, which I stripped down to bare metal, and I ran it right here on the frame. I also coated it up to make sure that it doesn't corrode over time. This part of the frame on this other side right there, that little screw, is where the factory ground cable was. this one right here. So this is the factory ground harness right here. This part goes to the battery. This went to that location right there on the frame. And then this part of the cable went to where I have the two alternators grounded on the engine block now. And I have these 4/0 OFC Sky High Car Audio cables, all cut to 3.5 feet each, all covered up, heat shrink with Teflex, and I'm putting those right here on the frame. So bear with me. So right here on the frame, I'm gonna strip it. I'm putting, each one is gonna have its own bolt, nut, and washer. This one, these two 2-aught runs are going to go from the frame here to the 45 amp hour of C-Max for the truck in my mid and highs amps. Then I'm going to scrape up and drill more holes on the frame and put it on bare metal, then cover it to make sure I prevent any rust or oxidation, any corrosion over time, because I want this to last a very long time. And I'm going to make more frame grounds from here with each one on its own. So those 4/0s that I just showed will all be grounded right here on the frame from here to the 325 amp hours of C-Max that I'm going to be having for my bass amplifiers. So showing you guys all everything that I've been doing on this project. It's my 2006 Chevy Tahoe. And sorry to have the camera just everywhere. That was me climbing underneath the vehicle and whatnot, but this is what I've been working on. So I took all the negatives from the alternator and put it on the frames. And so far that 1 out of 2-aught runs from the frame to the 45 amp hour already has my charging better. And I just added this engine to frame ground here. So I know that one is only going to help make it that much better. But before making these grounds, I went ahead and tested them for resistance with my multimeter. I tested the ohms, and I did some resistance tests with the vehicle running.